Good evening, welcome to the Professor Maima Show. Hope you are doing well on this day, on this derby day between Arsenal and the great Man City. Hope the best team wins. Please subscribe, share, and like this video. So I just remember yesterday, I think it was in 2010, 14 years ago, when things were doing well. The president of Kenya was the late Mwai Kibaki. Raila was the prime minister in a coalition government that was formed after the post-election of 2007, when there was dispute on who won the election between Kibaki on one side and Raila on one side. So the economy was doing well, there was peace in the country. So I'd gone to this place, it's called South B. It's a town center here. I think it's Madaraka constituency. So that day it was in the evening. Those days when I had money, I used to move around with my friends. You know, when you are young, 14 years ago, I was in my 30s, so people want to have fun. So we're watching a match like today. It was just the same match between Arsenal and Man City. So what had happened is that in this club, people were having fun, people were spending their money. Outside there, as we walked outside, people were roasting good meat, hawkers were selling. And then after that, we went to town, to another club in town center, CBD. People had money, there was fun. Went again to Westlands. You know, we have our own car now. When you have a car and you have money, you are liquid, you move around. I think Gen Zs know this. Went to Westlands now before we departed home. Yes. But now, 14 years later, if someone tried such a stunt the way we did, you find first of all the town is it's like a ghost town. Let's say in South Bay in the evenings, most clubs closed because of Corona. People don't have money. If you go to Westlands, most of the clubs closed. There's no fun. It used to be in the 2010s. Then the other side, it was, yes, went to Westlands, isn't it? There's no, CBD. Most clubs, these days, they are not there. People don't have fun. Just listen to music, but the clubs have reduced. Most are just shopping malls, where people sell shoes. Well, these days where people sell shoes in the CBD of Nairobi, the capital city of Kenya, there used to be clubs, restaurants. So that's what I'm saying. The economic hardships for Kenyans. Kenyans are going through a difficult time. Someone even to afford $1, 100 bob is a problem. Because also employers pay people late, and many people are not on jobs. If you are on a job, you must thank your God. There's so many young men and women who are graduates, who are educated, who are skilled, and have nothing. They're just looking for even that $1. When I was growing up, jobless corner used to be a very bad place. This is where people who didn't have jobs would sit and look. Because they don't want to sit in the house, they go and sit outside there. It was called the jobless corner. But these days, there's so many jobless corner, even people with degrees, people with the diploma, certificates, people with skills, who have good skills, who are skilled in certain fields, let's say electrician, plumber, they're just sitting there looking for jobs. Like you just walk around in Nairobi cities. Many young men and women, especially the young men, sit on the street. Ladies try and find something to do, move around, maybe look for water in jerry cans. But majority of young men below 35, their most productive age. You know, the productive age of a man is between 20 to 40. Once you reach 40, it's decline. Yes, it's decline. That's why they always say, if by 50 you have not acquired these serious assets, then there's a problem. So if you're in your 40s, that's why you find when these guys enter into power, they want to grab everything, grab land, grab houses. It's because they're looking at that 50. So once you're above 50, it becomes hard for you to acquire assets if you're working, because even your productivity has gone down, isn't it? I think capacity can be sharp because most leaders are above 50. Look at America. Donald Trump is around 78. Biden, 80 something. But now their strength to do work, to do productive work decreases. You know, that graph goes like this. In your 20s, 30s, 40s reaches, it it reaches the plateau, 40 to 50, 55 plateau. After that, it's down. So if by 50, now let's just be generous. If by 55 you have not acquired assets, you're talking of land, you're talking of commercial plot, you have built your own house, it becomes difficult. Now that's why when these people enter power and they are in their 50s, more so, between this age of 50 to 70, they try to grab everything in sight to make up for their lost time. That's what I'm saying. Economic hardships for Kenyans. Most Kenyan families cannot even afford 3 square meals per day, things that used to take for granted in the year 2010 when Kibaki and Raila were in power. Money was liquid. Kibaki had made education free, primary more so, and a bit of second, but more so primary. So people had money to spend. They spend on business. People were a bit happy. Yes, there was tribalism, which is normal in Kenya, but people were enjoying themselves, spending money, building businesses. Because after the post-election, there was a lot of damage. So the government was spending a lot of money in reconstruction, a lot of money in bringing in big developments. Remember the Thika Superhighway, Tatu City, these projects on the periphery, young people getting grants, help was easily available for many people. So that's what I'm saying. Under the coalition government of Kibaki and Raila, Kenya was good because the tensions had reduced. People were spending, were seeing each other as more of brotherhood now and a sisterhood. So if I have money, I go and spend. You understand? People thought that after 2007, Kenya had changed. But we were wrong. After that, 2013, 2017, 2020, you know what happened. I don't need to repeat. The so-called, what? Three-headed snake of tribalism, corruption, and incompetence. Tribalism, corruption, and incompetence came up again after 2022. In fact, after 2017, that ugly head read it, said, let's go back to 2013, 2014, when now Uhuru and Ruto came into power. Things became, now tribalism became too much, corruption and incompetence in government. And the country was just being run by incompetent fellas. So now, the current regime under President Ruto is trying, but they have always been doing things the wrong way. Overtaxation, you cannot overtax people for development. Development does not rise from taxes. Development rises from innovation. Think of the Nehru, Indian, the Gen Zs read about India, how India became an industrial power. Nehru came up with 5-year plans whereby they ensured it's called the industrialized India. They expanded the rail network that was built by the colonial powers Britain, so that India rail covered the whole country. Industries were developed. Even Mahindra, that vehicle Mahindra of India. There was a time India was manufacturing so many vehicles that they were even reaching Kenya. Remember the police jeep Mahindra was from that country. Plus even made in India, or even electrical appliances were made in India before now China flooded everything. Initially it was made in USA, and then made in India, and then now made in China. Now China is the superpower economically. So I'm talking about our president there. The way they organize their strategies is wrong. You have to do industrialization to create jobs. If you don't do industrialization, you do not create jobs. Value addition, agriculture is there. That is the low-lying fruit. The way I said in my video yesterday, what needs to be done in agriculture so that there's value addition, create jobs for the young Gen Zs, do free education from nursery to university, so that we have educated people who are also skilled. Because you can have a skill, but can you communicate to the outside world? Can you use English? Can you use Kiswahili? Do you have awareness of IT, using information technology to promote your skills online? Because the new frontier is a digital world. I was reading somewhere about Elon Musk. Elon Musk, within 4 years, has just shot up from having a net worth of $1 billion to over 300 billion because of digital. It earned him money, and then also the skyrocket space travel. I don't know, Tesla. It's marketing. He's a marketing genius. You know what Elon Musk does? He designs a product, like remember that thing of the Tesla car, and markets it so well that everyone is buying into it. Big companies, corporations. So that's what our Kenyan government should be doing in this country. What's the Kenyan product? I said human resource, the land, our animals, stroke nature, and yes, nature. Even I can add there nature. You can talk of the human resource, our land and nature, and animals, wildlife, domestic. Can we make them into a package that can create jobs, industry, so that when someone thinks of Kenya, oh, the country that has does the best food productions, because the juices they're having in their stores made in Kenya, carrot juice made in Kenya, crepes made in Kenya. I don't know, it's called furniture and beds made in Kenya. The belts they are wearing made in Kenya. The bags for the young Gen Zs made in Kenya. The clothes they are wearing made in Kenya. They'll just think, oh, Kenya is the factory. So that in terms of quality, we are now competing with the heavyweights, the Indias, the Chinas. How? And we're just a small country. That's what I'm saying. Big thinking, utilizing what you have. You see, if you have skill and talent, people will pay billions to see you. Look at someone like Ronaldo, Messi, because they play soccer so well. Although the countries they come from are not so doing it well in soccer before this year, people want to buy into the product. What is the Kenyan product? What is Kenya? It should not just be wildlife only. They should know you have skilled manpower. They should know that we have the best food production. They should know that we export best food products, processed products, oil products, leather bags. Well, big companies like Tesla should come here and do the industries here, assemblies. Now that's big thinking. They should know when they talk of Kenya, you have the best transport sector, rail transport, what else? Electric cars, electric buses, best security, best standards of living. There are no slums because people decided that we need to decongest Nairobi and build industrial parks across the country so that people move from Nairobi, reduce the population in Nairobi by ensuring that people now look for jobs out, so that Nairobi just remains more of an administrative center, and those high-tech, high-tech management companies. But the real industrial base is outside Nairobi. The real food production is outside Nairobi, Isiolo town, Moranga, you name it. These towns should not be sleeping. There should be rail networks all over, connecting all this. And the plans are there. There is a plan to do commuter transport to connect Nairobi to Central Province, to Eastern Province, to Kajiado, all connected through. This always the plan, yes. This always the plan, isn't it? So this is the Professor Maima show. I want to pray for you who's watching me, that you have a long life, that your dreams become reality, and you become rich and prosperous, not only you, your children, grandchildren, and all your generations. Also pray for myself to get big money, to be the biggest technological university here in Africa and worldwide, to produce a product that can be used here in Kenya and worldwide, to generate jobs for these young Gen Zs, and lastly, to earn big money from myself and also for the Kenyan government. That's my prayer, amen. And if you have liked what I've said on this channel, send something on the mobile M-Pesa there. Plus 254 769 729 327. I repeat again. Mobile M-Pesa plus 254 769 729 327. And as I always say, we're kuonana.